Let's start with Whitney Thore, who has faced a long line of now whats. It is now fighting back against body shaming, and critics who say that she is promoting obesity.
Body shaming. We see it everywhere, from the recent video made by comedian Nicole Arbour slamming fat people.
That means you're too fat. You should stop eating.
To the harpooning controversy, where internet trolls photoshopped plus-size celebs to fit industry standards. To the pregnant meteorologist who received hate mail for her size. I even tackled this issue head-on last season.
Join the movement and be body positive.
Now, TLC star Whitney Thore is the latest target of fat shaming, and she's not backing down.
Everyone just assumes that you're lazy and unmotivated.
I'll see what Shamu got out.
She even made a response video for Nicole Arbour.
I saw a particularly heinous video on the internet last night. Nicole Arbour, I'm looking at you.
Fat shaming is not a thing. Fat people made that up.
Fat shaming is a thing. It is the really nasty spawn of a larger parent problem called body shaming.
With a new season of our hit show, My Big Fat Fabulous Life, hitting the air, critics are coming out swinging with claims that Whitney is promoting obesity and encouraging an unhealthy lifestyle. The reality, Whitney suffers from a hormonal imbalance that can cause excessive weight gain, which even diet and exercise can't completely control.
It makes it really easy for me to gain weight and really difficult to lose weight.
Why are you crying now? I'm just hungry.
I just want to be a normal person who got to decide what she wanted to eat.
Now Whitney is fighting back with her No Body Shame campaign, encouraging all women to love their curves the way she loves hers.
Whitney Thore is here. Come on out.
Good.
I love when I see you dance. It brings a smile on my face.
I love it when I see you dance.
Yeah, that's always embarrassing, though, when I'm dancing. My
No.
kids hate it. They talk about it all the time.
Do they? So you dance a lot?
Yes, and
So
they make fun of me.
You're a dancer is what you're saying.
Yes, I love moving around.
So you will dance today is also what you're saying.
All right, I'll dance today. I will dance today. So I absolutely adored meeting you. When we first spoke, we covered a lot of ground, but you come under a lot of attacks recently, in particular by folks who say that you're having so much fun being overweight, you're actually promoting obesity.
Right. I think this notion is insane. First of all, my life is not an advertisement for anything. I'm not selling something. I'm just living my life. And I think that people are really threatened when they see a happy fat person. And I don't understand it. Like, I am fat, but what am I supposed to do? Like, sit at home, shut myself in, not have any friends, not pursue my happiness. And it's not mutually exclusive with also wanting to lose weight. So I really cannot fathom why people think that I'm promoting obesity. If anything, I'm just promoting self-love, acceptance, and happiness right now, today, in this body, because it's the only one we have.
Now, you've been very honest about your hormonal imbalance and the role that it has played, and yet folks, again, they say it's an excuse. It's not really the problem.
Well, it's really frustrating because especially if all you've seen is My Big Fat Fabulous Life, that's just a little snippet of my life. You know, I'm 31 years old, so nobody sees everything that I've been through. The fact that I used to be thin, I had eating disorders, I was diagnosed with a hormonal imbalance that caused me to gain about 100 pounds in 8 months. But after
You did it
that,
in 8 months, you did?
8 months. So after that, I was in a really hard place. All of a sudden, I was huge and fat and didn't know what to do about it, and people treated me really horribly. And so that, compounded with a medical condition, has resulted in the body that I have now. And in fact, my campaign, the No Body Shame campaign, is completely against making excuses. I think that I deserve to live the life that I want and have all the happiness that I want, and I will never use the excuse that I'm fat.
So there's been a huge outcry recently about Project Harpoon. That's the social media page that was photoshopping celebrities like Rebel Wilson and Melissa McCarthy to make them look thinner. These are examples of them. As someone who's gotten a lot of attention, you have both positive and negative online, what are your thoughts about this trend?
Yeah, this is annoying. One of the biggest things that people say automatically about, fat people is, well, I'm just concerned for your health. And I think that about 2% of people who claim that are truly concerned for our health. And in fact, the same people from that website, I believe, after it got shut down, took back to the internet to start photoshopping more. And I just this morning got a notification on my social media that I'd been photoshopped again. And so, yeah, there it is. So I looked at that, and what I think is really telling is that these dudes who are doing this are like sitting in their mom's basements, right? And and they and they claim to have a problem with fat. So they take away the fat on my arms, they took away the fat on my belly, but they didn't leave, they left a lot of fat on the chest.
Yes,
so
I
I guess,
that.
yeah, that fat's okay. I just think it's really obvious. I mean, these guys are photoshopping women to fit a certain mold and to look like how women are supposed to look in this industry. And I think women of all sizes, shapes, and colors are getting more representation now, and I think that's a wonderful thing. There are a lot of people that don't receive that easily, but I'm not worried about people who say that they're concerned for my health because I have a doctor and I have a family and I have people who support me, and other people's opinions really don't matter.
Yeah, it's none of your business what they say.
Right.
So let's talk about the advice that you're probably exchanging with your doctor now. You're diagnosed with prediabetes,
Yes.
which a lot of Americans have, like 80 million of us, pretty common. It is a predictor of developing real diabetes, which of course can lead to heart disease, all kinds of things you don't want to go through. So how are you able to cope with that information?
To me, it was almost a silent threat. I felt fine. I didn't have any symptoms that I could attribute to prediabetes. So in that way, I think it's really dangerous. So it really snapped me back into reality to understand that I do have to look after my health. So I am on a quest to lose some weight. I'd say about 100 pounds. I'm interested in making a change that is sustainable, that is healthy, and that fits into a holistic picture of health, which for me is mind, body, and spirit. Right. And we have everybody talking about what foods to eat and how to lose weight and how to do this, and nobody's talking about how to be happy. You can do all of those things and never achieve happiness. And for me, happiness and total health and wellness is my #1 priority.
I think if you're happy, you'll lose the 100 pounds.
I agree.
And if you're not, it's not there at the end of the rainbow for you.
Right.
You've inspired a lot of folks. It's not hard to see why. You really are remarkably adept at capturing what people are really feeling. So there are many folks who have followed you. One of them is named Kathy. So I've got a little surprise from you. It's from Kathy. Take a look.
My whole life, I've always been kind of the bigger girl. I was teased from a young age. I never had a whole lot of self-confidence, even to the point that when I was 15, even though I loved dancing, I completely quit. Even into adulthood, I was so embarrassed by my weight that I wouldn't do things. I told myself, I'll go on vacation when I can fit into that swimming suit, or I'll go out on the town when I can fit into a dress. It was even to the point that I considered putting off my wedding because I hated how I looked in my wedding dress. Everything changed when I started watching My Big Fat Fabulous Life. I went back and watched every episode and I cried through every single one because finally it was like, there's someone just like me. To add to that, I found out that I had this exact same hormonal disorder as Whitney, so it was nice to know that someone understood that. I started telling myself, if Whitney could feel that good about her body, why couldn't I? I mean, she says on her show that once you start loving your body and having that confidence, then the other people around you start to too. So I took her advice, and that's exactly what happened. On August 1st, 2015, I finally got married, and I felt amazing in my wedding dress. I totally have Whitney to thank for that. Seeing Whitney gave me so much confidence, and my entire life has changed because of it.
Don't you love that? It makes me emotional to see, obviously, you as well.
Yeah, that's amazing, and she's amazing, and I would love to meet her.
Well, she's right here. If you don't mind, Kathy, come on up.
Your hair smells really good.
You'll have a seat before we're all crying. So, Kathy, the floor is yours. What do you want to tell Whitney?
Oh my gosh. It's so amazing to know that there's someone out there who gets what this feels like. And one of the things you said that stuck with me so much was that when you decided to love your own self in the skin you were in, that was the strongest thing you've ever done. Mm-hmm. And I always thought that if I just accepted myself, that it meant I was weak. And it doesn't, and I know that now, and it feels so amazing, and it's because of you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We are back with Whitney Thorpe, the star of the popular reality show My Big Fat Fabulous Life. And Kathy's also with us. She's been inspired by Whitney and surprised her on the show today. So many of you watching have gained weight and you're now asking, now what? Well, Whitney has her 3 steps to happiness at any weight plan, and she's going to share it with us right now. Step number 1, Whitney says, embrace your curves and actually show them off.
Right. I think when you feel good about your body, you're not embarrassed of it, you don't want to hide it. And if you look at the scale as the sole indication of how you're supposed to feel, you're going to be miserable, you're going to be depressed. But I have news for you, sister. The scale cannot measure your happiness, your self-worth. It can't quantify all the love in your life. And so when you think about your body in terms of your feelings and how you feel about it, you feel good, you feel happy, you want to be vibrant, you want to go out and show it off, and your clothes reflect that. So,
Kathy, these are yours, right?
Yeah.
So we had her bring them just to show them off.
Now, I'm looking at this and I'm feeling like, I recognize this. I recognize this outfit from about 5 years ago. It's the uniform.
Yep. I love this outfit because I could totally hide in it. You know, I can put my hood over and I pull my arms in and it goes all the way down and I could completely disappear in it and no one noticed me at all.
Okay, but that is no way to live, I feel like. And I mean, I can get down with the fact that it's comfortable because I live in leggings. So it's like spandex all day, every day, but at least they're form-fitting. I feel like you don't want to disappear. You should build up your confidence to a point where you want to get out there, you want to be seen, you want to do things in your life, and you can't do that when you're hiding inside a baggy sweatshirt.
Yep.
Now, was this the dress that you were struggling to get into?
So this is the dress that I was supposed to wear to my bridal shower. And I bought it like a year before, and I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna lose weight, I can wear it. Well, then about a month before I put it on, and it fits, but it was fitted, and so I decided I can't wear it because I can't show that much of my body. I was completely uncomfortable in it. So I didn't wear it, it stayed in the closet.
Well, okay, number 1, this dress is beautiful. Number 2, if it comes in my size, I would like one myself. And number 3, sister, you have got to feel like you deserve to feel beautiful. You deserve to be in something form-fitting. That took joy out of a day that should have been so big for you, your bridal shower, right? And what are we focusing on as women? We're worried about how we're gonna look in the dress that we wear.
Right.
It's awful. You cannot let insecurities sap all your self-confidence out of your life.
Agreed.
All right, step 2, no crash diets. Why is that so important?
Well, like I said, not a lot of people know this about me, but I used to have eating disorders. I even lost 100 pounds in 8 months once, but I never went about it in a healthy way. And now I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life. Well, I have lost some weight, but it's slow going. So I think that the outcome to a crash diet is never good. And then we set ourselves up for failure. And when we fail, we reinforce all these negative ideas like, oh, I knew I wasn't good enough. I knew I was gonna mess this up.
Let me, if I can, take 1 second and explain to you what I'm so worried about these diets. Come on back here. This is why, although it's very tempting, you really shouldn't go on a crash diet. And this is true for a lot of folks, but they don't really process it. So you remember that commercial that said, this is your brain on drugs? Remember that commercial? So effective?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna show you what happens when you put your body on a really strict diet, so you never think about it again. Frankly, for everybody out there, get it out of your mind. So, let's say you wanna go on a starvation diet. First few hours of your first day, you know, you're doing okay. Then you get a little hungry, right? But you're still committed. You're still committed. And then you start to slow down, right? We've all been here, slow down. You're burning less calories, moving around less because your body's trying to conserve energy. And then day 2, you weigh yourself and boom, you dropped a few pounds in only a day. You're high-fiving, you're feeling pretty good. You feel like, oh, boy, do I look pretty good, right? Right? So you stick with it, everything's good. But let's look at what's happening inside your body. The scale tipped because you actually are getting rid of water weight. All the water's coming off you. Sure, you lose some fat, but there's something much more sinister happening inside you, lurking around, stealing your muscle. Because it's so desperate for energy, your body's taking it. So there aren't enough nutrients left, right? You're just in your brain suffering, and these nutrients, sparse as they are wandering around, not getting to your brain. And what happens next? You turn into an angry, hungry person, right?
There's the hungry.
Yeah.
And then you slip, and you indulge. right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, complete chaos. Everything is just coming down around you, right? And then you begin to gain that water weight back. The exact opposite. The water comes back into your body, and you look at the scale, and you look like this. Right? That's why you should never go on a crash diet.
I agree with that.
Am I telling your story accurately?
Yeah, pretty much. Story of my life in 1 minute,
Yep.
just on repeat, like in loop, over.
So one favor, everybody, if you've got a weight problem and you're trying to lose it pretty significantly, the best person to give you advice is the doc. Get them involved. They have ideas. There may be a medical problem that both of you experienced, and it makes a big difference to have someone chip in and help a little bit like that. All right, the last step is the most fun for me, and I know it's part of what you do because I watch you do it all the time. Whitney says join a dance class, no matter what size you are. Why is it the best exercise?
Well, I love exercise in general and always have. Like in season 2 of My Big Fat Fabulous Life, I try out all these new things. I learned how to ride a bike again, or I did Taekwondo, but I even ran a 5K. Can you believe that? Well,
did?
Run is a loose term. More like brisk walk.
I love you.
But
You made 5K happen.
I did it. But the biggest sanctuary for me remains a dance studio. And that's because I think it's very open, it's very free, it's something that's present in every culture in the world. And physical activity, especially when you find one that you love, it forces you to be intimate with your body.
Yeah.
So you have to look at it, you have to feel it, you have to know how it moves.
Jeez, look at that.
You know?
I can't do that.
Look, no, you're
come
getting
on.
it. You're getting it.
You're good at it, Kathy. That's good. All right, time to dance. Put the music on. Let's dance it. Show me what you're gonna do here. Oh, that's. I'm gonna hurt myself. I'm gonna hurt myself.
Kind of like,
Oh, my back.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new videos to live the good life.